Question 4, we're given a four-sided spinner and we're told that the spinner is biased. That means it might favour one of the numbers or two of the numbers as opposed to the others. So it's not a fair spinner, which means it's not equal probability. We're given a table and it shows the probabilities that the spinner will land on 1 or on 3, so we can see that here. And it says the probability that the spinner will land on 2 is the same, and this is going to be important, as the probability that the spinner will land on 4. Work out the probability the spinner will land on 4. So we've got to think about this for a moment. What I should know is that the probability that the spinner will land on 1, 2, 3 or 4 is certain. In other words, that the total probability is going to be equal to 1. So that's important. Now if probability of landing on a 1 is 0.2 and the probability of landing on a 3 is 0.1, that means the probability of a 2 or a 4 is equal to 1 subtract 0.2 and 0.1, which is 0.7. In other words, if it lands on 2 or 4, the chances are it's going to be 70% or 0.7. But we also know that the probability the spinner will land on 2 is the same as the probability that the spinner will land on 4. So what we need to do is divide our 0.7 equally into two parts because the probability is the same for each, and that will be 0.35. Let's try and make that look like a 5. 3, 5. There we go. So let's just pop that into our table here. And let's check that we've got this correct. 0.2 plus this will give me 0.55, 0.65, and then adding that on, that gives me 1. So we're good. So the probability it will land on 4 is 0.35. Okay. Shunya is going to spin the spinner 200 times and we're asked to work out an estimate for the number of times the spinner will land on 3. Now usually when you see this estimate word in a probability question, what you have to do is take the number of times you'll do the experiment and multiply it by the probability it will happen. Okay, so what is the probability it lands on 3? Back up to here, 0.1. So 200 times 0.1. You can use a calculator if you like. I estimate that to be 20 times. And that's the question finished.